Hey guys, it's Jeremiah with Stone Blue Airlines, and today we're going to be checking out some cool gear from Security Camera 2000. I got in a brand new camera. It is a 1/3 Sony Superhead CCD 600 TV line with this traditional 3.6mm lens. But what makes this camera unique is it is an IR blocked camera, so it's supposed to help with detail during daylight flying. So branches, telephone poles, lines, that kind of thing, standing out better. So we're going to do some tests on that. Now the 3.6 lens, not ideal for FPV flying. So I've got the 2.8 and I also got a 2.1 lens. So a little wider focus angle. We're going to check those out and see how they do. Both lenses are rated at f2.0, and then I also have the hard case. Of course, the camera mounts in the back, ready to go. And then the pivot is also included. Last thing is I went ahead and got some additional connectors because stuff happens when you fly, you crash, you break things. I want to have a few as a backup that I could easily wire up. So with the camera, I already wired up the original harness that comes with it. You just cut off the lead ends, and of course this is the original piece, and then I attached my servo connector, and then with the additional bag of goodies that I got, I went ahead and made my own. So now I have an additional backup in case something happens. Very easy servo connector wire. I'm trying to make all my stuff really easy, plug and play, including like my power filter. So everything is just kind of set up, ready to go. And as I build up my units and as I build up the planes or the quads, I spend less time kind of figuring out my wiring setup and more about knowing that every time I build one, it's going to be very essentially the same setup, and then everything can plug and play if something breaks or I need to change something out. So guys, stay tuned. I'm excited to check out some of this new gear. We're going to go through it, show you the different lenses, show you all the different options on the camera, how to set it up, and show you how well it works flying. So I've got the camera mounted in the housing. Everything went together flawless. If you've never done this as far as mounting one of the CCD boards in here, it's pretty straightforward. The board that I showed you earlier, you just trim off the exterior area of the board that's got kind of that groove, and it's just a standard like circuit board. You trim that off, and to fit the case, just use a pair of snipped dikes, and you're pretty much ready to go. 2 screws on the inside, 2 screws on the outside hold the back plate, 2 screws, 1 on each side to hold the pivot. And I have the 3.6 millimeter lens mounted. Now, something I did a little test just to make sure my harnesses and everything were working. This is the original one, and this is definitely worth keeping and hanging on to the way it's wired up, and even a benefit this way. And I've never done it using the existing cable. Normally just take the end and attach it, but what I found on here, and wasn't really paying attention when I did it, is that the ends on the original unit are actually attached just slightly different as far as the way the configuration is. So on the unit that I wired up from the additional cables, they're not set up, at least in the connector, to be the same. The original and the aftermarket one are different. Now, I was able to use just a razor, X-Acto razor blade, and just pop these teeny little areas up, pull the connector out, the pin, and then put it back in and switch them around. Basically, the ground is the same, but video and positive were reversed. So I just switched them around, matched them up, and now they work flawless. Did a quick initial test on the camera. It's working, no issues whatsoever. Did a quick test. Now I'm going to show you guys a little bit more in depth exactly how the menu works, how to set it up, and what to change. So we are ready to dive into the menu. Pretty simple, straightforward. The control board is included, of course, with the camera. It's a very simple installation. It's a 6-pin connector, attaches to the back of the camera, and then from there you're just going to do your install, connect in your camera output on your plane, and then once you've done that, basically you're ready to just jump into the menu. Pretty straightforward. So as long as you got it connected in, push the menu button, and we're just going to roll through quick. The majority of everything that I said on here was pretty much stock settings, with an exception I think of a couple things. and because I just wanted to leave it and just fly it as is and then tweak it from there. So you can just use this as a base. Lens, just set to manual. Left it on manual. We'll jump right into exposure. Leave shutter. Of course, you've got some different settings here. Shutter speed, but you're going to want to leave it on auto so that it's going to auto compensate. I left brightness right where it was. AGC, can't do anything with it. Wide dynamic range, of course, on. Definitely want to do that. We're going to return. White balance, you've got a couple different settings, including a manual setting. I just left it auto. White balance 1 worked great. Backlight, you definitely want to keep off. You want to have it for basically auto. What's going to happen here between the day and night setting, it'll switch between black and white and color. If you leave it on color only, not good. Black and white, not good. So you don't need external. So auto setting. DPC. Okay, so on this setting, what it does is it gets rid of any pixels that are on the screen. All right, so you're going to put the cap on, making sure you're covering the lens completely. Go ahead and press enter button. It's going to go ahead and process, and that is it. You can take the cap back off. Definitely something you want to do. All right, into special. Cam title, don't need it. Motion, don't need it. Privacy, don't need it. Park line, don't need it. Image adjustment. Lens shade, don't have one. Wide dynamic range, I think that's what that is. I think you leave it on. Mirror, don't need it. Font color, doesn't matter. The contrast, I just left it at 149. Bumped up the sharpness. Display, if I was outputting, I think LCD is what is what's recommended based on like most of the goggles and everything else. Negative image, don't need it. Return. Communication adjustment, don't really need any of this stuff. Language, not doing a whole lot of reading when you're flying. Version and return. So use that as just a general base and then run from there. All right, time to look at some footage. All right, I've got my brand new camera from Security 2000. It is running the 3.6mm lens. So we're gonna get a test and see what this ground footage looks like flying on the 3.6. I'd like to say it's about 15 to 20 degrees out right now, so it's pretty much freezing, and I'm kind of like, why did I decide to test today? But hey, no time like the present, right? Let's put her in the air and give it a test run. It is running the 3.6mm lens. So we're going to get a test and see what this ground footage looks like flying on the 3.6. I'm flying down Got the 2.8 installed. Not a huge change, of course, you know, in physical size or anything. Definitely already changed our view and the way we're going to be able to fly and what we're going to be able to see from the air. So definitely want to look at doing the 2.8 conversion on this this camera. But as you can see, the color is great from this camera. Really like it so far. Let's fly. All right, we're recording with the 2.8mm lens. Just change it out from the 3.6.
Hey, it flies over the moon.
All right, guys, I've got the 2.1 lens mounted onto the plane. As you can see, I can see quite a bit more now. Nice wide angle. When you mount these, you just undo the small screw at the top, loosen that, take out the old lens, put the new lens in, thread it in, and then basically focus it to infinity, about 150 feet out. All right, let's put it in the air and check it out.
upside down.
And then you're talking mine.
And where did you want to go?
And now I put the camera to the side. So
Give it a high five.
now watch this. Wing over.
Whoa!
That's what you get for goofing around. Well, there you have it, the review on the CMQ1993X camera from Security Camera 2000. With the enclosure, the additional lenses, we've kind of covered everything, including how to set everything up. So guys, if you're looking to pick up a new FPV camera, I think this is definitely one that's worth checking out. Now, I would say you're going to see some lines off of my test plane, of course, on the screen, and as I may shift this around, I think I've got some interference on there, so definitely not representative of the camera, because even here in the studio when I was sitting here not flying with no power on, the thing is crystal clear. So hopefully you can see that from the menu. But great camera for the money, not going to break the bank, it's definitely going to work good, and I definitely recommend doing the extra housing, because I mean, it's just a teeny little bit of weight, but really if you ever crash, it's going to keep things together. Plus you can always pull it out if something else gets damaged and keep moving on with the board. Guys, thanks for watching this review. We hope it was informative, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.